My name is Nyakuma Peter from Unity State, Lair County, and I work for Nonviolent Peaceforce as protection officer. Since the beginning, I never heard about Nonviolent Peaceforce, and recently I heard about Nonviolent Peaceforce during the crisis 2013.
Yeah.
And when we ran into the POC side, then I met one of the lady, and she introduced Nonviolent to me, and it was a pleasure to join NP as a volunteer. And I did. I work for Nonviolent Peaceforce because we had a crisis and we need to reduce the violence in the community where we were all gathered. Before I worked for NP, I wake up in the morning and not it's early in the morning. I gather all my things and because I'm ready to go and run away during the crisis. But since the time we were gathered together in the UN house, in the UN camp, so there was no running anymore, but you only wait for your death sitting. Living in the POC is not actually that enjoyable. Like, though we were living in grass houses, it was really, you really be proud of it because it is your place and you know that nobody is going to chase you away from there. But life in POC, it's like people are congested. There are different type of diseases that are affecting people, and the old life in the camp is not actually good because it's not your place that you decide to be there, but you are just close to each other. People are coming, fighting each other, even near close neighbors. It's really bad situation. But anyway, we are persevering it, and hopefully we might see the best in the future. The women are also really feeling so hard and staying in a hard situation because some women, maybe you will get a woman staying alone. The husband was killed. She's having like 8 or 9 children together with her, and even more than 9. So if you see such a woman, she is really vulnerable and you don't know how to help that person personally. But we always coordinate as NP. We coordinate with other NGOs who are providing services. We refer them to, then they help them. Since the POC was very full, there was no space for people, IDPs, to come in again because there was influx of IDPs from Bentiu, from Bur, from all parts of South Sudan. They were coming in, and it was unfortunate that the camp is full. There was no space for them, and now they are like, you will see 4 families living in 5 meters in 4 tuku, which is really very terrible situation that people could not make it. So people are pushing with life, and they don't have food. Even they were not registered, they are benefiting from other people who were registered before, who came. So it's really very hard for such a women who are staying with a number of children who doesn't have their father with them. It's really hard. The children living alone in the POC, it's really hard for them to live without their parents because some of the children, their parents were killed. And they live like street children, and you sometimes get a child is just sleeping just along the roadside, and sometimes just near the tukul of those in the POC. It's really very hard unless those who have sympathy on people will see that child and will take the child in the room and stay together. NP is really working so hard to make sure that those children have their caretakers with them. And people are really frustrated and they don't know what to do. Youth are really in a bad situation. They are exposing themselves to a life which is very crazy. They move at night. They are creating troubles at night, moving with fungus and big sticks, bamboos. If 2 people like made a quarrel, then the supporters of the other side will come and the supporters from the other side will come. Then they go, they attack the home of that person, then fighting escalate. These things are caused by youth, and it's because they don't have anything to do. They are just living like that. They are not going to school. They are really traumatized. They don't know what to do actually, and they don't know where are they going. They do something as if they are not human beings. They move at night completely and they don't know what to do. They are creating problems. The POC was really hot like crazy. People were having diarrhea all the time, skin diseases, malaria sometimes, headache and flu all the ways, and it was really very hard for them to live. But recently, seeing the rainfall, the weather is a bit changing and people are living a little bit better now. I was working as community protection worker.
Okay.
And it was really very helpful to the community because it based on protecting the community, helping the vulnerable, reducing the violence in the community, because we have been gathered together in the protection of civilian side, and it was like a lot of conflicts because of the stress and the trauma in the camp during the war. So people were out of control. Then we were like trying to reduce a little bit of violence. Yeah, most of the work, because now I'm working for Nonviolent Peaceforce, during the working hour, we usually work inside the POC. But we recently made another agreement due to a person who is free to go outside because there are some harassment at the gate, and we push ourselves to go and meet the soldiers outside, to meet the host community, because they were like fighting together with the host community and the IDPs, and we were like trying to make sure that people are living peacefully. We usually go outside and patrol and create some relationship with the host community. Since the beginning, I work in POC in Bentiu, and the environment was not that conducive. It was really bad. It was flooded and people were fighting. There was clanism in the camp, and it was really terrible situation that I work in Bentiu. I really work a lot with vulnerables, and I also work a lot with the community youth themselves, because there were youth who were doing nothing. They were doing crazy things in the POC, and it had been experience that I said I did the best that to change the youth. This is what I did in the POC, and it really made me proud. And now, since I left Bentiu, the group of youth I was working with, when they see me, they really feel proud of me, and I really feel proud of them, because I have a little bit changed their mind, and they are really now knowing that I really did the best to them. They are very appreciative. I like to make my community be peaceful, so that is the reason I joined Nonviolent Peaceforce. And in the future, if an NP is going to leave, I will really appreciate to work with another organization dealing with protection too. The experience I heard were really challenging because of the situation. There has been a lot of challenges and experience that were very challenging, and these are very countless experience. Yeah. As NP already did some of the part of to reduce violence in the water points and all places. NP did a lot, and I'm also urging NP again to extend the project or make it a little bit wider, so that the team will work together and will also be able to help the community together. Because when people are few in number, they cannot do much as many people. So this is what I have. NP is really treating me well. The only thing that I should say is that I'm very happy, because We are South Sudanese, we are in crisis, and we don't know when it is going to end. Since I myself am losing hope, but God is there. God might help us in the future. And I will also say the solidarity that made organization of Nonviolent Peaceforce to be one, to come to South Sudan, I really appreciate them because they made a huge role in South Sudan. They did the best, and we are changing our life now. I can say thank you very much for that.